how I got this idea of doing a business and why I wanted to do a business. So that actually got from my father. In the earlier days, he was into farming and everything, and later when we were growing, I saw him doing different kind of businesses, and I have never seen him give up on any levels. Even if one idea failed, he would move into another one, different one. He'll do a different. I have seen him doing at least 6 to 7 businesses. So that's when I got an idea of okay, we can do business, and that is something that I wanted to do. I want to do something like what he's doing. That's what I got from my initial days in my childhood, and then coming to what I'm doing now. So I started working at the age of 21 with banks, and I worked for almost 10 to 11 years with banks and fintech. I was always fond of finance and numbers and money. So that's how I ended up in a bank. Later, working for almost these many years, it was not kind of very entertaining, I would say. So I quit my job, and it was not like, yeah, I quit my job and wanted to sit at home. That was a different game. I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I quit bank, which was actually a pretty good bank, one of the famous banks in India, private sector banks, obviously. And I moved to fintech, which was also a different game. It was a very fast-paced environment, nothing compared to the banks. There were a lot of things happening at the same time. So that kind of an environment actually made me curious about the fintech space. And I also work with some startups, which gave me an idea of how a startup works. And then later, my friend and my co-founder, he started a business. It was a startup in the fintech space itself. So we actually went to Chennai for a business meeting, and it was pretty late at night. We went to a restaurant, and I could find a person. He actually served us really nice, and we wanted to tip a person. So after 2018, the demonetization and everything, none of us carry cash, especially if coming from a fintech and banking background, we never carry cash. So my basic instinct was like, okay, we could do something around that area. That was my initial instinct. And to add to that, I always want to, whenever I go to a restaurant or a hospitality space, I always want to tip a person. That actually came from a very personal experience of my own. My brother, he actually was into hotel management, and he studied that. He worked for a few years. So whenever I see a person in that kind of a setting, it always makes me think about my brother. So if somebody is serving me really good, I would always tip a person. Yeah, then we got into the idea of, okay, we could make tipping digital, and that's how we started the entire thing. It was almost 1.5 years of research, and we found out that it's not just about the tipping. It's just that if somebody is serving and it just ends with the tip, there is no other, it doesn't go anywhere. Suppose I paid someone 50 rupees, the money doesn't matter, be it 10 rupees or 100 rupees, that experience or that kind of a service, that ends there. It's not being taken to any other places. They cannot show it in a different setting. If somebody is working at one place and they want to move to a different place, these kind of tips, their interaction, that doesn't count anywhere. So what we thought was, okay, we could do something around that area. Yeah, we could build a digital presence for these people that would really make them stand out. If we take the case of example of formal workers, we do have LinkedIn for us. So wherever we work, we can use our LinkedIn profile to project what we have done in the past. But they don't have this leverage. So what we thought, okay, we'll provide something like that on a lighter note for the informal workers, and that's how this entire thing started.